like about surfing is that I'm alone and there's no people. You know, it's you, it's Mother Nature, the ocean, and it's a plank. The equipment that you're using to surfing is as simple as it could possibly be. And I think that's what Bitcoin tries to emulate.
I was really happy when Herman told me that I'm gonna get paid in Bitcoin.
I realized that Bitcoin can change my life a lot.
Bitcoin community is about keeping things as simple and close to nature as possible. And surfing, I think surfing speaks to that.
Man, dat bent het is kan maar isi man.
Lekker man, hè? Ja? You want to spend maybe 2 hours surfing? Yeah.
At the moment, we are in the Surfin Kids headquarters. The Surfin Kids is a registered non-profit organization, and the mission statement is empowering marginalized youths through surfing. So the Surfin Kids is based around the idea that to learn to do something difficult, you have to have a level of commitment. I always used an example of learning to play the violin. You don't just pick up a violin and start playing. It's a very difficult instrument to play, and surfing is actually very similar to that. It's a skill that has to be specifically developed with focused effort, and whatever they do going forward, they will be able to make a success of an opportunity if they can carry that same amount of commitment into that situation. Here, it's the office headquarters, and then that's where the kids come from. That's the township of JCC camp. Inequality in South Africa is huge. I mean, the world is obviously not fair, and there's lots of things that need to be improved. I think it wasn't until 2019 that the idea to involve Bitcoin in the Surfin Kids became a more realistic idea for me. When I heard an interview with Michael Peterson, the founder of Bitcoin Beach in El Zonte in El Salvador.
El Zonte was just kind of known as like a surf town, but now it's a place where people can spend Bitcoin.
And then I did a podcast, and somehow we started talking about the Surfin Kids and how that lines up with the Bitcoin philosophy, because the Bitcoin ethos is very much about, look, this thing is great, but if you really want to use it, you got to learn how it works. So we spoke about the Surfin Kids and Bitcoin, and then we actually received a donation in Bitcoin to the Surfin Kids. I realized, okay, now I can actually do something with this. Got 4 coaches working for the program. They all can start working and earning a little bit of money in Bitcoin, and then they can take that Bitcoin, and we're going to onboard the shops to accept Bitcoin as payment. They did this in El Zonte. Let's try and do the same thing here and illustrate that it can happen again in a different setting, different part of the world, just to show that Bitcoin is usable. Now we're heading to JCC Camp Township. So this is government housing. These ones are quite new. Most of the township look more like this. Yeah, that's the one. There's the thunder. Lekker, my man. Lekker.
Herman did introduce me to Bitcoin last year. It was so hard to understand some other words, but I realized that Bitcoin can change my life a lot. This neighborhood is very complicated. Fiat money is not safe. You face many challenges. It's up to you if you choose to become a gangster, or you can be a good guy, do the right things.
Morning.
It's my father.
Yes, how's it?
Fine, how are you?
Right, lekker, man. Lekker. What we did with Lutando and all the coaches is the salary that they earn in Bitcoin is on top of what they were earning in fiat. Lutando really caught on to it when I explained that this is a system where the rules are the same for everyone, and I think that really caught his attention. He then went to the shops in the township and he started talking to them and said, look, would you like to take this as payment?
This lady is the first owner to accept Bitcoin from us, Bitcoin Ekasi.
Qala bendoyika bengayithembi eqaleni ndibona ishop yami empty akho mali ndiyibonayo ndifila right imali yami safe ndiyakwazi usave ngoku and ndithanda uba ndithenge more kakhulu.
It's taken a lot of hard work by Lutando to get the shops on board. At the moment, we are still educating the 3 junior coaches.
Okay, I'll buy milk and the sugar. Okay, now I'm just gonna pay with the Bitcoin. Johnny, you get your money?
I think it's this one, eh? Here, eh? Yeah. I like Bitcoin because it's more safe than paper money. At the beginning, I would think maybe it was a scam, eh? Yeah, but after meeting with this guy, he explained to me how it's work. I come to understand it.
We want to do close Bitcoin economy, and then we want most of the people here in this township to use Bitcoin.
I accepted it because it's raised you up among your peers, the business competitions in location here, and it boosts my business as well.
I think it's gonna change a lot of people's life.
My name is Masa. I am 15 years old.
My name is Ansondoso and I'm 15 years old.
My name is Lukangale Tabata and I work for Bitcoin Ekasi. I'm a coach since last year. I love surfing because it changed my life a lot. Because when I was there in the township, I had nothing to do. But when I came here, I saw that, okay, things are starting to develop a bit, and I changed. And then I can see, oh, okay, this is the opportunity for me to, you see, like, yeah, I was really happy when Herman told me that I'm gonna get paid in Bitcoin. People were stealing my cash sometimes. Bitcoin is safer. You can let them steal your phone, but your key, you know that your key, you have your key, it's safe.
When I was not surfing, I started to be the gangster. I was always have a knife here at my pocket. Bitcoin is gonna help me in the future because you see, I'm always saving. There's no one who took the money that I'm saving. It's always in my phone. I want to change my life. I don't want to stay in that township my whole life.
I think Bitcoin itself really is about improving the lives of people. That's why Satoshi invented it. Satoshi did not invent Bitcoin so that we could have a certain amount of people get rich very quickly. It is about improving the lives of people.
Man, give me a job for surfing and cooking. Since the beginning I always paid in Bitcoin. By surfing, I like to improve myself and to know what to do in life and to know what is right or wrong. My mother asked me some question about Bitcoin. My mother, usually other days he doesn't have food. He think that it was a scam, but I told him that this is not a scam. Then I show him a proof. I go to the shop, then I buy some bread and milk. Then he was excited.
The real money, you can't go up, no. If in the bank you have 500 rand, you're gonna stay to be 500 rand. But Bitcoin, if you have 200 rand, when you wake up in the morning, it's going to be 300 rand.
It can also go down.
Yes, it can also go down. If it goes down, I'm stressing. But I'm not stressing a lot because I know it's gonna be up again. I want to change my family's life, you see, with the Bitcoin.
Volatility is probably the biggest challenge that you have, and I don't know how to solve that problem. You have to understand that if you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a bank account, there's nothing you can invest in. You can't invest in property, you can't buy stocks. So Bitcoin is the first thing that they encountered which gives them a legitimate investment opportunity where they can put money away for the future. Bitcoin is there to help anyone and everyone. So if you can start at the bottom, the most desperate, the poorest people, and you can illustrate that it works there, then it can work anywhere else.